Hello, hello, hello. Kawanashin Bike Shop. It's your boy Mehdi again, in the flesh this time. I know you guys are not used to seeing me like this because whenever I make these kinds of talky videos, it's usually with GTA 5 gameplay in the background. And I felt like no, who's interested in that? Who's gonna look at GTA 5 gameplay with some dumb guy talking about dumb things and think, oh yeah, that's good content to watch? No one. That's who. If you watch it, you're a sadomasochist, and I'm proud of you because you actually watch my videos. Thank you. But yeah, I don't know, I don't upload on the channel quite often because I'm usually very busy. I just had my pre-test exams, and I'm also working on Deimos right now, so I'm not really making that much content. Actually, that might be an understatement. I'm actually making a lot of content, but on the Deimos channel. If you go to my channel right now, you'll see a playlist called Let's Talk Gaming. It's my show that I run on Deimos Force's YouTube channel, where I review games and talk about games and whatnot. So if you want to catch me or more of my shenanigans, then just go on the Deimos Force channel or go to the playlist on my channel and you'll see more of me there. So that's a plus. And that show and a lot of background stuff is the reason why I don't make videos on my personal channel right now, which is very unfortunate. I would really like to make videos on this channel, and I'm still in the process of figuring this out. But today is a very special day. I'm not really gonna explain why it's a special day. There's a myriad of reasons why I really look back on this day. I can't disclose most of it, but I can disclose one thing. On the 22nd of January last year, I was absolutely miserable. I was brutally sad, and I really couldn't do anything about it. No matter how hard I tried, anything that I did that might make me feel good felt like a time waster, and anything that was productive, I basically had no intention of doing because I was just so freaking depressed. And that was a pretty big hole. And I'm not really asking for sympathy here. That's not one of the reasons why I made this video. I just wanted to disclose the fact to bring you a little bit more light on why I'm talking to you about this today. So yeah, I had a rough time. I don't really feel sorry for it. And somehow, by some miracle, I managed to dig myself out of it, which thank God that happened. But I look back at that time, and when I really think about it, the main thought that is in my mind is I was not in control. I was not in control of my own life. I wasn't doing what I wanted to do. And I just felt miserable all the time because of that, because I couldn't really find a way to do the things that I wanted to do. Well, circa 2021, a few days ago, it was 3 or 4 in the morning. I was editing a video for Deimos. And I have discussed on my channel before, I have a few problems when I'm doing work that no other person actually has. I don't know what causes it, but I do have some problems. And I thought that, it's just a video. It's not really that significant. And I'd probably have a miserable time editing that. Well, I was editing that late at night, and I realized I was having fun. I know this sounds so dumb, but I was having fun while editing a video that I would really not have a significant input in whatsoever. But I was satisfied. There was no other place that I wanted to be other than me opening up Adobe Premiere and just going ham on the effects. And that was a very interesting moment for me, because I'm not really the kind of guy who stays up all night and does stuff, okay? I'm a student, somewhat. I'm not a great student. I'm not a good student either. And I can't remember a single time where I actually stayed up after 12 a.m. and actually did some studies. There's not been a single time, even when during board exams, I've never spent a whole night studying. Not even close. But when it came to making videos, which is something I like to do, I could stay up all night and it wouldn't even bother me in the slightest. And that's when I realized that for the first time in a long time, I'm grateful. I'm grateful that I'm here right now. No matter how laborious or frustrating it might be to, work on a video that late in the night, I was happy doing it. And that meant so much to me. I can't even explain. You see, there's not been many things in my life that I've been proud of. Actually, now that I think about it, there's not really anything. I've always been a bit of a recluse, a bit of a. I've had a pretty sheltered life. I don't really blame that on anyone. I mean, I'm grateful for the life that I do have. When I fell into my teen years, I didn't attend any functions. I didn't participate in any competitions, even though people like really told me to go. I never challenged myself. I never went beyond my comfort zone to actually do stuff that I wanted to do. One of the reasons was because I was really scared, and the other reason was I much prefer just being shut in rather than being ridiculed when I actually attempt to do something that is beyond my comfort zone. So basically, in my growing years, I had zero self-confidence. Even like today, I still have a lot of problems with self-confidence. The reason was that I never had an outlet to really express myself in. I've never received any praise for doing something that I love to do. I never felt passionate about something that I wanted to do, which was ruined by trauma when I was a kid. Day after day, slogging through, all I felt was just bitterness and contempt. And I hated it. I hated it so much. I'm alienated from a lot of things. I don't have any friends. There was only one meaningful friendship that I had that lasted more than a few years, which is my best friend. But then again, he's kind of more of a brother to me than a friend. So I don't think that really counts. I'm not in connection with any of my school friends. A couple of them did turn into fans. I'm looking at you, Rihan. But I'm not in connection with any of them. When it came to college, I just went, I left. I just went there every day. I talked to some people and, I left. I don't really consider any of them my friends. And when it comes to friends online, I've had instances where I thought that I would be very good friends with this group of people. And I thought we were going to be friends for a long time. But all of them managed to just break apart. And I was really thinking about that, like even a few nights before that night. I've not really had any good friendships or relationships that were meaningful to me or were long lasting, if we're looking at it from that context. Everything in my life is mostly temporary. And even when I think about, making videos and, talking to you guys, it means a lot to me. It really does. But that feeling of, everything is temporary is still like lodged in the back of my mind. And that's one of the reasons I panic so much. But when I was working that night, working that simple thing, I wasn't doing something that would change the world. I was not doing something that would earn me an exorbitant amount of money. I wasn't doing something that meaningful in other people's context. I mean, most people would just blow it off. But when I was doing it, I was so happy. I felt in the zone, man. And I didn't give a shit what other people thought about it. All I thought was, holy shit, I'm having the time of my life right now. And well, after that, I finished making the video, and then I went to bed and I started thinking a little bit more. And I thought about the times that really led me to my place where I am right now. There was an event that happened, and that has to do with January 22nd. After that event, I was very miserable and I really didn't even care about my own life. That's how freaking miserable I was. So I thought, hey, if you don't care about your life anymore, might as well do whatever you want to do, right? And that was kind of my driving force back then with what I was doing. And I spent more than half a year just grinding and making the best videos that I possibly could. I didn't know how many views it would get. I knew that it didn't even make any money. And I had the fear in my mind that all of this is meaningless. But all I cared about was making those videos. Because if I don't want to do anything else in my life, it might as well be this. This is what matters to me. This is what always mattered to me. And I realized that making my own videos, making people laugh, making people angry, making people cringe, making people do whatever, it makes me happy. And for the first time in a very long time, I just realized that. And all that I feel right now is appreciation. I was in a very terrible state a year ago. There's also this fear in my mind that I think that, my problems don't really matter on the grand scale of things, because there have been many people who go through even worse traumas, who go through even worst events in their life, somehow find a way to persevere. I don't think it really is a justification that, someone has more trauma than you, that means that your trauma doesn't matter. But I still do think that there have been people in worse situations who have gone through the turmoils that they did and that are way more powerful than me, and I respect them regardless. But whatever my trauma was, it really left me very broken. But I also realized that those traumas, those heartbreaks, those whatever they were, they led me right here where I'm content and happy. And that was amazing to me. That totally gave me a new perspective on life, per se. I've spent so long being miserable about the things that won't even matter a few years from now. It doesn't even matter now. Yet, that misery is what led me here, to the place that I actually find happiness. And it just gave me this whole perspective, everything that happened, everything that I longed for, everything that was lost, everything that was meaningful in my life that I lost. All of that trauma, all of that sadness, all of that bitterness and contempt, they condensed. They made me stronger. They made me have thicker skin. And they made me more resilient so I could take the path. And that path led to here. And when I got that realization, I really had to share it with you guys. I'm not a great person, okay? This is not a motivational video. I don't think I'm holier than thou. You're probably a way better person than I am. All I do is speak better English and talk about video games on the internet. If you really think about it, you shouldn't be taking advice from a guy like me. But I just had to share this realization with you guys because just think about it. If you're going through a tough time right now, and I swear this is not a motivational video, I hate motivation. If you're going through a tough time right now, I just say that, keep this thought in the back of your head that when you actually get to your place of happiness in the far distant future, it doesn't matter. When you find happiness, you can remember that because you lost something, because you had to go through the turmoils in your life that are really frustrating you right now, maybe that's the thing that brought you to the place of happiness. And that's such a beautiful thing. Oh my god, that's so wholesome. Again, I'm not tooting my own horn. I'm not victimizing myself. I don't want your sympathy about me, me going through those dark times, because I'm through that. I'm really through that. I'm at a place right now where I can be happy and I can be content, even though there might be some times where I really feel bad about myself. But I feel content now, and that's all that matters. But it's just so beautiful to me that all the frustration that I had a year before has led me to my point where I'm actually happy right now. And I just found it so beautiful, and I had to share it with you guys. So yeah, I'm 17 years old. I've lived on this planet for 17 years. And in between those years, I can only find 1 year where I can feel that joy and glee that I felt back in my childhood. And I'm so grateful for that. I think it's so difficult for people to be happy with what they have, rather than being frustrated about the things that they don't. And for the first time, I'm grateful. I feel really grateful. I feel grateful for you guys. I feel grateful for my abilities to make videos. I feel really grateful for my family, my best friend, and who really got me through this. I feel grateful for the Deimos folk who gave me an opportunity to work with them. It's amazing. Even a few months ago, I couldn't even imagine working with Asus or Riot Games themselves. It's amazing. And for the first time, I think ever, I feel grateful for all the people that hurt me. And you sons of bitches, you fucking cocksuckers, you absolute vile, disgusting pieces of shit. You're the reason why I'm having a good time right now. So fuck you and have a great day.